What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. With that being said, man, I wanna speak on some recent statements that LeBron James made. He gave they had like a after game interview, and LeBron James was talking to the reporters. And for the most part, I thought that uh, the interview went well. You know, but then later on in the interview, LeBron James, I thought he it went off the rails. First he was talking about the game, and he thought how he thought his team did in the game, so that was cool. But then he was asking somebody asked him about his role with the Lakers now, and how he think it has changed. And LeBron James went on to say that it don't really matter what his role is because he don't have any holes in his game. And so that to me, I thought he went off the rails there when he said he don't have any holes in his game. Because I can understand being like you're an athlete and you are very competitive, and you know you want to be you want to have the highest confidence. Like that's a great part of your game. But to just to come out and say you don't have any holes in your game, when that can really easily be pushed back on. I just don't. I thought that was just, in my opinion, it wasn't true. In my opinion, LeBron James, he has plenty of holes in his game, and so this is what I'm gonna play this interview. And once I listen to this interview, I'm gonna come back and give my opinion and just point out some holes, plenty of holes that LeBron James have in his game.
Of the season for the first time, in combination with just that awareness of that time was kind of dwindling for you, made you like a lot more present and in the moment. Has that carried through the rest of the season for you, and like how has that manifested for you in moments like, for example, the fourth quarter tonight where you're like in kind of a flow state?
Yeah, I mean, just appreciating every moment, obviously, and just excited about what the next moment has, if it's during the game or if it's tomorrow or whatever the case may be. So just for me, like I said, it was the first time I've ever not been ready to start the season. I missed the whole preseason, whole training camp, missed the first 14, whatever, 15, whatever games it was. So behind the 8 ball, and I couldn't really train like I'm accustomed to training in the summertime. So I was behind the 8 ball, but just being able to appreciate it and getting another opportunity to be able to get my body where it needs to be to go out and perform with these guys, perform against the opposition. But also knowing that, like I said, my time is definitely I'm on the other side of the hill than the first part of the hill. So just appreciating it all.
You mentioned a couple or a few games ago that you're not on the ball as much as you were at previous points in your career, but despite that, you're still getting to the free throw line at a high level. I think your highest free throw rate since your first year as a Laker. What's helping you do that, even though your usage may look different than how it used to?
I don't know, just being a complete basketball player. I have to be able to, change the landscape of how I play up according to how our team wants to play. So, I've been playing off the ball, obviously, pretty much the majority of the season. So picking spots and figuring out ways how I can still be productive to help us, play winning basketball when I'm on the floor, both offensively and defensively. So I don't know. I don't have any holes in my game. So it helps to be able to do whatever the team needs at that particular moment.
All right, so LeBron James right there, you heard him. He said he don't have any holes in his game, right? So now I think that, like I said, if I always said that LeBron James, I think if he come off the bench and he give the team like limited minutes, like just go out on the floor and just do whatever the team need, whether it's defense, rebounding or scoring, right? Just give the team what they need for just that brief time that he's in there, for that limited, say, like I said, 4 minutes a quarter, 4 to 5 minutes a quarter. That's good, but that to me would prove that LeBron James understands like what it takes to as far as like sacrifices for the team. But when he said he don't have any holes in his game, like I can't say that anytime during his career that I have seen LeBron James, like he didn't have any holes in his game. I've never heard anybody say that, like LeBron James is unstoppable. He don't have no holes in his game. As a matter of fact, when you look at how teams played him, like in championship games, you look at when the Spurs played him early, like the first time he made it to the championship, the Spurs played him, and he was in Cleveland. Their thing was to build a wall and not let LeBron James just bowl his way to the rim and get easy shots, right? So that's how the Spurs beat him. Then he played again, then he played let me see, Golden State. Golden State won 3 championships against him. Steph Curry won 3 championships against him. So if he had if his games ain't had no holes in it, then it don't look really good for a team to be able to beat you 3 times, like 3 out of the 4 times you faced them in championships. And then you come back and you say your game don't have any weaknesses in it. That's what happened with Golden State. Beat them 3 out of 4 times in championship games. Then the Dallas Mavericks, right? Dallas Mavericks put JJ Barrera on LeBron James at certain points in the game. And if your game don't have any weaknesses, like why would a team put somebody that's not even 6 feet tall? I think JJ Barrera probably like 5'10", something like that. So what does that mean when like if you 6'9" and they put somebody 5'10" on you, what does that mean? And you playing away from the basket. That means that you're not a good ball handler. And so when you put the ball on the floor, they wanted JJ Barrera to disrupt, you going to the basket. Also in that series, who else they put on? They put Jason Terry on him. Jason Terry is 6'2". LeBron again is 6'9" and 200 and what? 60 pounds, they say. So if you 6'9", I don't think he's that heavy though, but he's 6'9", you 240. And you playing against somebody who is 6'2". No way, like this guy should be able to disrupt your rhythm in the game. So LeBron James has never been a kind of player that you would consider a complete ball player. That's part of the reason why LeBron James moved around from team to team, because he didn't want to develop the skills that would make him a complete ball player. He didn't develop a low post game where so he can play with his back to the rim. He didn't do that. He left Cleveland and teamed up with Chris Bosh. So, he would have a good low post player. He didn't develop a mid-range game, at all during his career. So I don't know, man. I just think that certain statements LeBron James make that can easily be debunked and pushed back on. If LeBron James games ain't have no holes in it, like he said, then he would be 10 for 10 in championships. Just like Mike, the only player that I heard anybody say Mike had no flaws in his game. Mike, he proved it. He proved it by going 6-0 in championship games. He proved it. If Mike had a flaw, then all those, over the years, and somebody would have exploited it. They'd be like, well, Mike can't go left. Let's send Mike left. Or Mike don't have a jumper. Let's let Mike shoot jumpers, and then, you would have seen somebody be able to defeat Mike like that. But it didn't work like that with Mike, because maybe Mike game was really as close to being flawless as anybody game, whoever played the game. But LeBron James games is not like that. So I'm hoping that this season that LeBron James, for the Lakers' sake, is willing to just do the things that put the team first, like do the things that the team need done in order for the Lakers to be successful. I think that the Lakers, I don't know, I think they're in 4th place right now in the West. But either way, if LeBron James limit his minutes and then allow the Lakers to put like more defense around Luka and what's the other guy, Reeves, allow those guys to do their thing on the offensive end, then LeBron James come off the bench and give some strong minutes, I think the Lakers will have a better chance of being successful this year. and getting past the first round in the playoffs. But when you got LeBron James going around thinking that he don't have any weaknesses in his game at 43 years old, that's just, to me, I think he's overdoing it. And it's a shame that the coach, JJ Redick, can't be honest with LeBron James and just let him know that, we need you to do this. You may want to, you may think you can do this and do that to help the team out, but this is what we need from you. And LeBron James just buy into that so the Lakers can, they can do better this year, in the playoffs. But yeah, LeBron James thinking he don't have any holes in his game, man. And even if at one point in time LeBron James' game was like that, where he didn't have any holes in it, you got to figure at in year 23 you slowing down, so of course you have holes in your game, man. You can't go out and have one or two good games in a row and then holler, I don't have any holes in my game. It don't work like that. So that's my take on it. The statement that LeBron James made, I just thought that it was, he went off the rails with that one, in my opinion. So make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.